Hello and welcome to Cedar Focus. Today we're speaking to Natasha about short breaks. This service provides one-to-one social and emotional support to children and young people with complex disabilities and healthcare needs, autism and brain injury. Enjoy the episode. Hi Natasha, welcome to Cedar Focus.
Hi.
Thanks for joining us. Really appreciate it. So basically we're just going to learn a bit more about you and your role in Cedar and about your service as well. So how did you actually first come to work for Cedar?
My sister-in-law works for Cedar as well, and she actually told me about the role and encouraged me to apply. And just over 2 years later, here we are.
Oh, that's great. That's brilliant. So could you tell me what service you actually work in?
I work for Short Breaks, and I cover the Newry and Bourne area.
Oh, right, yeah, the area. And what is Short Breaks then?
Well, we provide a 2-year service, so that involves going out to the family and supplying them with a 3-hour break for the young person, providing a one-to-one level of support that's needed, either like helping them promote their independence and their social skills, and helping them like access activities out in the community, and equally if it's home-based, bring an array of activities to the home.
Right,
and just
right.
trying, because relieving the family, just giving them that little bit of breathing space, equally for the parents and carers as well as the young person. Just a bit of time away, just collectively.
It's like an extra level of support there.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah. And is there like a certain age group you would work with, or?
I cover a 0 to 18.
Okay.
So
That's
it's
great.
a lovely age group to be covering.
Yeah, definitely. I'm sure there's like lots of variety in your role in terms of like the kind of activities you do and things like that. What would a day look like for you then when you're in
Well,
work?
definitely not 2 days are the same, and not 2 visits are the same, as every young person is just so different, and their level of need is obviously completely different as well. So I suppose a typical day for myself would be obviously getting some of my admin done before I head out to see my families and young people. And then whether it be we go swimming, cinema, bowling, to the gaming arcades, we can go shopping, go for food. We're at home, we could be baking, arts and crafts activities. Oh, it's just an array of fun.
That's so diverse, and I'm sure the young people really enjoy it, And
Definitely.
I noticed there the way you said my family, so I'm sure you get to know them really well and kind of are able to identify, which activities they're keen on.
Definitely. We try to involve the young person as much as possible within the planning as well, like listen to what they want to do and not just what you think that they would like.
Oh, that's
listen
brilliant.
to them and let them take the lead and obviously help make their wishes come true as best you can.
Yeah, there's the agency there in what they want to do. That's brilliant. And in terms of like the team, what's it like working in the wider team?
It's great. My office recently closed down, so I moved down to the Newry office. And it's been great because you've been getting to know a lot of people. And then if I find of a question and this will fire it at someone quickly, even if they're not in my service, like they try their hardest to give you a bit of a hand, or to guide you the best they can. So it's great that everyone just sort of helps out each other, regardless if you're within the same team or not. And equally then, like no questions, silly questions, you can just reach out to your management. There's always someone there happily to answer your question.
Oh, that's great. You feel supported then in what you're doing. That's brilliant. Would there be like a most memorable moment or like highlight of your job that really stands out? Maybe every day is a highlight, is it, when you're working with the young people?
It would be, yeah. You put me in the spot now. I'm not sure what one I could choose. It's definitely a sad point. It's definitely when you lose your young person, because you build up such a friendship and a bond with the young person and their family. So when it comes to the end of the 2 years,
Mm-hmm.
You know, it does be quite upsetting when you lose someone. But the highlight is, I suppose, because you're meeting new people like all the time as well, and you're providing that support, and you can see them growing.
Yeah.
So, and then you know that you've provided, like you were involved within that growth and development,
Yeah.
no
Yeah. No,
matter
I'm
how
sure you make a
small
huge
or
impact.
hard, you know. So that, I
Mm-hmm.
suppose, is a highlight,
Yeah.
is watching it, seeing the growth.
Oh, that's lovely. Yeah. Would you, if there was sort of young people coming up and thinking about working with, families and young people, I know there's a real wide array of ways you can do that, um, like, would you recommend this kind of role in terms of the short breaks
Yeah, it's
side
great
of
if
it?
you know, if you don't like sitting behind a computer all day, you know, like you're doing a bit of both. You do your admin, get it done, and then you're out and about with your young people and your families, and you do have that like flexible working as well,
Hmm.
which is great. So then when my young people's off, like for the summer holidays and that, I can see them earlier in the day,
Hmm.
you know, which is nice. Then it sort of relieves you then in the evening.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's that is quite nice. And no, yeah, it is. It is a lovely job. It's a lovely service to work for.
Oh, that's really good to hear. So it is. That's brilliant. Well, thanks very much for having a chat with us. It's really good. I'll put all the information in the show notes and the transcription of our wee conversation. And I'm sure you're going to be looking forward to all the, maybe a bit too early said, but the summer activities and things you're going to be doing over the warmer months.
Yes, there's a lot more going on. You get out and about, which is great. They love getting out and about. So
Oh,
it's nice
great.
to be
That's
able to
great.
do that and not look out at the rain.
Lovely. Yeah. That's brilliant. Well, thanks very much, Natasha.
Thank
Really
you.
appreciate it. Thank you. All right. Bye.
Take care. Bye bye.
We hope you enjoyed listening. If you would like further information on this or other Cedar services, please visit www.cedar-foundation.org. We can also be found on Facebook, X, Instagram, and LinkedIn. We hope you join us next time for another episode of Cedar Focus.